Welcome back to the channel Black is One, where the agenda is to unify and edify the black race so that we can build and prosper. As you know, anything I discuss on this channel is because I think it is edifying and elevating and has unification value for all people. Now, this is going to be a short video. I just want to say something quickly about the World Cup or sports in general. I said in my last video that I couldn't support a colonialist as my favorite anything. No country that has oppressed my people and continue to do so can be my favorite football team or cricket team, no matter how well they can play. I'm always inclined to support my own. When Jamaica qualified for the World Cup for the first time in 1998, I cheered for Jamaica. They weren't the best team. They got 6-0 from Germany. But they are the ones that I wanted to win. Now, some people may think that I am thinking too political. I'm taking things too serious. It's just sport. It's just football. No, my dear friends. It is never just sports. It is never just football. It is never not serious. Sports in this part of the world is always political. Everything is political. We, with our good arts, just take these things for fun. It is not. Politics is about three things: power, money, and ideology. Gaining and maintaining power so that you can use that power to determine who gets what and how much. You can also promote, or better yet, enforce your ideology. So in that context, you may ask, how is sports political? That is what I want to address in this video. In 1936, when Adolf Hitler hosted the Olympics in Germany, people just came to the stadium to run races, and the spectators just came to have fun. But Hitler wanted the Olympics to show that the white Aryan race was superior in every way. Because if they are in fact superior, according to his ideology, then they have the natural God-given right to be in charge and to dictate to every other inferior race who will not be entitled to anything, but will just have to accept what they are given. So when Jesse Owens, a black American, African American, won 4 gold medals, boring a huge hole in the white supremacy myth, Adolf was pissed. When the West Indies was in their heydays, they were not just playing for money. They were playing for pride. Each victory over a team like England, for example, was a dent in the ideology of white European domination. So they weren't just beating England. They were flogging their own colonial quote-unquote masters. That was black people taking back their power on the pitch. To the players, it was all about interrupting that ideology, changing the inferiority narrative. I mean, these are things that the old West Indian players have attested to, I'm not just making up these things. If sport is just entertainment and not politics, why was Muhammad Ali stripped of his titles, his sporting titles, for refusing to fight for the white man's country? The US, a country in which he felt unwelcome. If football is just fun, why is the LGBTQ community trying to put across their agenda, their ideology, right now in Qatar? If football is just fun, why do countries have campaigns to host the World Cup? You think they just want to host it because they are lovers of the game? It's about power and money and making a statement. If the game is not about power and money, why do clubs own their players that they can trade and sell and buy? Why out of 22 times that the World Cup was held, it has been hosted only once in Africa? And when it was hosted in Africa, it was hosted in South Africa, a country where a white minority dominates the economy. If sports is not about power and money and ideology, why are there no black club owners who own, quote unquote, white players? Why is it always white club owners who own black players? Now, I'm not 100% sure about these things, so someone can correct me in the comments. I'm not a sport fan like that. I'm just a casual observer. So somebody with more information, if you tell me something different, I'll stand down. Sport is not just fun, fellas. The quote-unquote greatest nation on earth, the US of A, hates the fact that Jamaica, one of the smallest countries on earth, dominates them in track and field, because it makes a statement, and that statement contradicts their superiority myth. Why is Russia suspended from UEFA and the World Cup? If sport is just about enjoyment and bringing people together and has nothing to do with money and power and ideology, why is Russia not at the World Cup? It is exactly because of the fact that sport is about ideology and money and power why African cups, football championships are not broadcasted on our TV stations in this side of the world. When it is not broadcasted, we don't get to know the African players. We only see them when they are playing for their European teams. So we can't have them as our favorite players and our favorite teams by themselves. They are our favorites as a French player, or Belgian player, or Portugal, you name it. Which is natural, because we don't really know them. This is just another method of keeping our brothers and sisters and our homeland out of our minds, and instead occupy that mental space with them. Talk about them, see them as our favorite, happy to see them on TV, to see them in a good light, to look up their stats, to be concerned about what is going on in their country and in their clubs, and not in Africa. Anyway, sports is not my area of specialization, so feel free to tell me off in the comments. But before I end the video, this is what I want to say to you. In the same way how we can be enthusiastic about the World Cup, I want us to be as enthusiastic about our own people. We have our favorite teams that we follow, and we know everything about them. We buy their flags and we put them on our cars and our houses. We are pleasantly disposed towards them. Our hearts get warm when we see them run out on the pitch. We defend them. We debate vehemently in their support. We love them no matter what. Of course, we'll not hold back from cursing them out when they do foolishness. But we are only too ready to forgive. No matter what, we are forever Man U, or City, or Liverpool, or Belgium, or France, or England, or Brazilian. That is the enthusiasm I want you to have for our brothers and sisters and our homeland, Africa. As I said, this is a short video. Black is one. Live the revolution.